Okay, everybody. Well, I am glad that you're on. I'm going to give this just a quick second and, of course, send out my little reminders. So we will get started here in just a second. Okay, I see some of you are jumping on now. That's great. Excited to have you. I have some great training for this evening, and I'm excited to share that with you for sure. Okay. I'll just wait a little bit longer for people to keep jumping on. Great, we have a bunch of you on. If you want to text me and let me know that you're on, that would be fabulous. I'm getting some texts, so I'll see who all's on. Ellie's on, Angela's on, Kayla's on. Thank you for jumping on. Okay, a couple more of you look like you're getting on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time tonight. I'm going to give it one more minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Pull some things up here really quickly. Okay. Kate Moses is on, Kaya's on, Heather's on. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So congratulations on being on this Google Hangout for tonight. I'm super proud of you, and I'm so proud of where we are right now in our businesses, and we have Career Conference coming up, so it's really exciting. Lots is happening for sure, and I wanna start off with recognition, because what's a call or a meeting without a little bit of recognition? So first of all, I want to say congratulations to those of you who are doing the Pacesetters series. You have been working this so hardcore, and I'm proud of you because I hope it has pushed you just a little bit past your comfort zone, made you work a little bit harder than maybe you would have, and just made you do some different things in your business that have motivated you. So I want to tell you who's in the lead right now. Kate Moses is coming in at the #1 position. Congratulations, Kate. Pam is in #2. Heather Jackson, #3. Kayla Connor is #4. Angela is #5. Angela Sedlock. #6 is Allie Ernest. #7 is Nicole. #8 is Ellie. #9 is Kim Rains. And #10 is Amanda Clark. And so I want to say congratulations to you. You are doing big things with your business, and I'm so proud of you for continuing to work and stay diligent. You know, a lot of times, I think that it starts off and it's easy to do those kinds of things, but you all have decided to stick with it. And I think that is the difference of a leader and someone who's truly dedicated. Like, you stick with it. You remember, even though the excitement maybe has worn off, you're sticking with it. You're staying the course. And so congratulations to you. I also want to give some shout outs to those of you who have added team members this month, because I think in our national area right now, we're up to almost 29 new unit members. And so congratulations to these recruiters. Celeste has recruited, Allie Ernest, Nicole E has recruited 2 people so far this month. Connie Woosley has a qualified new team member, and she just moved up to the position of senior consultant. Kim Rains has added 2. I have added 3 and bronze medaled. Emily Harding has added. Jen Robinson has added a new team member. Malikwa Reese, she has added a new team member. Kaya, Amanda Clark, you've added 3 new team members and have bronze medaled already. We have Heather Jackson, who has added 5 team members, and she is already gold medaled. So when you add 3, it's a bronze medal, 4, it's a silver medal, and 5, it's a gold medal. Tommy Costin, Charmaine Bowman, Lindsay has added 2 new team members. Jovella and Danica have all added team members this month. Huge, 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 because what we know is that in order to build this national area, we need more leaders. And those of you who are stepping up and adding team members, that's where that all comes from. So thank you for your diligence, for your hard work, and for doing what Mary Kay asked us to do, which was to pass it on. You're doing exactly that, and I'm just so incredibly proud of you. Okay, so now I want to tell you, we have a little surprise because we have Career Conference coming up, which is really exciting. And I hope you're registered. If you're not, there's still time. You have until February 29th to get registered, and you definitely want to do that. There are some surprises that are going to be happening. In fact, you know, Jake and I do something fun every single year for our national area. If you were a part of it last year, you know that we did the fun Bombshell Stunna Shades, and so that was a blast. But we're going to be doing something really cool this year, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be amazing, and you will definitely have FOMO if you do not participate in Career Conference. So attend Career Conference, figure out a way to pay for it. You know, it's kind of like, I said this in announcements yesterday at Monday's meeting, but you know, going to college is like your college education in your Mary Kay. And so in order for you to be great and to be worth the amount of money that you want to be in your Mary Kay business, you sometimes need to make investments in order to invest in your business and invest in you. So that way you have the full business background to offer to your customers. So that investment in you is always 100% return, easy. And you also get $40 off of your next order. So that's really exciting too, to get that discount that basically pays for your registration, and you get a discounted seminar attendance rate, and I think that's huge as well. So great things, right? Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I want to tell you a little bit give a little bit of training. We had someone who volunteered and boxed their director and said, I want some training on how to push to reach your goals at the end of the month. And I think this is just an awesome thing for me to train on. I'm really excited that she said this, and I want to talk to you all a little bit about this, because no matter where you are in your business, I think this is an important piece. You know, you could be a brand new consultant and you're like, okay, I want to push and I want to, you know, maybe get to star, because when I'm a star at Career Conference, I get a little bling on my badge that says I am a star, or I just want to build my inventory to that level, or I want to move up to a red jacket and I want to beat a record and get to red the quickest, or I just want to become a senior consultant with 1 new team member, or I right now want to go on target for a car, or become a sales director, become a DIQ. And so I want to give you some tips, just some quick tips on how to push through to the end of the month. First of all, what I want to say is that your heart and your head do have to be in the right place. So I always am trying to go back to this whole one thing theory, and everything, you know, goes back to what is your one thing that you need to do, that when you do that one thing in your business, everything else is going to be easier or unnecessary. Okay, so I'm asking myself that question all the time, and then going back and deciding, you know, what is that one thing? And the one thing for me is getting bookings, and I hope that, you know, is something along the same lines as for you. And so when you're pushing towards the end of the month, there's a couple things you want to do. You want to look at yourself and decide, how is this going to happen? So you look at that big goal. Maybe it's adding 3 team members and getting into your red jacket, and you decide strategically, okay, I know 1 in every 5 people join this Mary Kay opportunity. So if I ask 5, I'm going to get at least 1 yes. All right. Now it doesn't always work out that, you know, the 5th one says yes. It might be the 1st one, or it could be the 8th and 9th one, or, you know, you just never know. But I know that my average is 1 in every 5. And so what I'm thinking is that means I need 15 sharing appointments from now until the end of the month. And so I'm going to break down what my goal looks like and how many I need to do per day. And then I'm not going to stop my day until I have that amount of sharing appointments done. Okay, so that's one way to look at it. Break it down into bite-sized pieces and figure that out. Another thing that you can do is emotionally fill your cup. So I kind of started talking about that at the beginning. I'm always focused on my one thing, but I know in order to be focused on my one thing that I have to have my cup filled. So I hope you're having time for your spiritual growth, that you're really giving yourself those positive affirmations that you need and telling yourself how great you truly are. And remembering back to our Google Hangout before and our seasoned consultant training on Monday night, where I said that Beth Moore book where, God's taking your face and he's going, if you only knew how great you are, and you're constantly thinking of those things and pouring into you. I think in order for you to fill other people's cup and in order for you to be revved up, you have got to pour into yourself and have an overflowing cup to pour into other people. So every day it's revving yourself up. For some people, that's listening to positive music. For some people, that's exercising. For some people, that's just, I don't know, dancing around their house. Like some people love that kind of thing. So it's figuring out you, deciding what that's going to take, igniting yourself on fire and going out and deciding, I'm not stopping until I reach this goal. The other thing, after you've broken this goal down, is you just decide how you're going to throw your heart over the line. In order for you to reach a goal that's big and engage a team, you've really got to throw your heart over the line, because people don't follow a lukewarm leader. They follow someone who is ignited, someone who has a lifestyle that they want. And so you act it, you talk it, you become it. There's this whole thing about faking it until you make it. And I totally believe that's true, that most of us, before we became a sales director, we had to fake it before we made it. We acted like we were a sales director before we became it. But the real true version of that story is we faked it so much that we did become it. And it wasn't until we made it, it was until we became it. So I encourage you to fake it, act like you're in that position you're longing for. And so if it is DIQ, or if it is halfway finished with car production, or if it's hitting $5,000 in production, or red jacket, or senior consultant, fake it until you make it. Wake up and act like it, dress like it, talk like it, walk like it, believe it. And when you believe it, anything within these 6 inches, okay, this part right here is the most powerful thing. And one of the only things that you can control is your thought process. So when you fake it, people are going to be naturally drawn to you. Have you ever seen a leader that you're just like, oh my gosh, I want to be in her space. I want to be in her presence. The reason why you feel like that is because she ignites you. She ignites everyone in the room. That's because of her passion, her purpose, and the fact that she is going somewhere. People will follow someone that's going somewhere, anywhere. They'll follow them to the bathroom because they are ignited. They're on purpose. They have a vision. They have an oomph, and they're ready to follow that person. So get ignited about what it is you're going for, and do not stop. You're going to get no's. You know that. You're going to get discouraged. You know that. But what you need to do is have a quick turnaround time. They say national sales directors, the thing that makes them different is they've heard no more times than any of us are willing to, but also they have pity parties that last 2.2 seconds. A lot of us have pity parties that last a lot longer, but you know what? National sales directors don't. They get over things quickly because they know after no's come the best yeses, okay? Those best yeses. So ignite yourself, plan and break down. Pour into yourself, decide how you're going to pour into yourself, how you're going to get over those no's, how you're going to get over those obstacles, over those hurdles. And then what I would say, go to work. Get to work and work full out. Do more than you've ever done before. The times that I felt the best about my business is when I set a huge goal, bigger than I knew I could reach, really. And I pushed myself all the way to that. So sometimes I like to set 3 goals. I set this huge stretch goal. I set this medium, okay, that's still going to push me, but maybe not as much as that huge stretch goal. And then I set a goal that's kind of okay, I'm going to make that happen no matter what. And I really go for that huge stretch goal. And the reason why is because if I didn't go for the huge stretch goal, I probably would not even reach the lowest level of goal. So if you're aiming for that huge stretch goal, you're going to hit at least the middle, if not, the very least, that last goal. So for example, if I'm going for red, really truly in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I have to earn that luncheon. Okay, so 3 team members to your team that are active. I have to earn that luncheon, right? I got to eat for free. That's just how I roll. So I'm going to add 3 active team members by the end of this month, which happens to be Monday. And I'm going to aim for 6 because I know if I aim for 6, I'm minimally going to hit at least 5. And I know I can get 3 of those active before the end of the month. Or I want to be a DIQ. I'm aiming for minimally 15. So then I'm going to hit 10. And if I miss 10, I'm minimally going to hit 8. But I set that goal high. So then if I miss, I'm going to miss in such a pretty place. And I'm faking it until I become it. Okay. So I'm working myself into that position. Now, other things you could do is you can, I know the person that asked me this question has a team. And so you want to enroll your team. Okay, now if you don't have a team, enroll other people in our unit, in our national area, into your goal, and break apart a goal. Take and say, what do you want? Do you want 3 team members? I'm going to cheer you on towards that. Our unit goal right now is to finish, and then, whatever Lindsay, Kristen, Nawanda, Emily, my goals are financially and for our unit like that, 29,000, break that down into bite-sized pieces, and each of you take a small chunk of that and ask your team, what are you willing to commit to? What are you willing to give to our team? And what they're willing to give, that is what you can help coach them around. Okay. So ignite yourself. Catch yourself on fire. People will watch you. They will come and they will follow someone who is ignited with passion, with vision, with purpose. I hope that kind of helps you to know how to shut down a month, but hold yourself to the highest level of excellence and standards that you could give, because if you hold yourself and keep yourself to that, you're totally going to have other people who are going to want to do that same exact thing. Okay, so shutting down a month, give yourself a goal where you want to reach as far as your production goes. Give yourself a goal as far as how many team members you want to have, and don't stop until you hit it, even when you get discouraged. Okay, so last thing, I'm going to read you a story that's really good and really hits me really hard. But I also want to remind you what we're going after. So right now, all of our units have the opportunity to rank at this career conference. So what we do in the month of February matters. How much production that we all pull matters. And the way we pull production is by adding people to our dream life, this dream lifestyle of having executive incomes and being able to work flexibly. We work still, but we work in our own schedules with our own time. We don't have to get vacation days. We don't have to do those kinds of things. We get to decide. And so when we add people to our opportunity, then guess what? We build production. And when we build production, we're building production because we're building people. So right now, every little push that you do, every mascara you sell matters, because your director has an opportunity to rank top 10 at Career Conference, but we only have until February 29th. So I encourage you to go after that big goal, to do better than you've ever done. One thing that Lindsay has always done is she looks at her past year's month, like she'll look at February from this time last year and she'll work to beat it. The best person you can compete against is yourself. How can you have your best month ever? And when you have your best month ever, you're encouraging other people to do the same. And you're competing against the right person, which is yourself. Okay, so what you do right now matters. I know my unit, we're working to be top 3 at Career Conference, because when we do our biggest amount of production that we've ever done, we're already ahead for this year based off of where we've been in the past years. And we were top 10 at Pittsburgh, and I know that we can do the same exact thing. Now, if you're in Lindsay, Kristen, Nawanda, Emily's units, guess what? Every little bit that you do helps with that. When you push, it helps other people to push. When you encourage on Facebook, it helps other people. When you tell your successes on Facebook, it's helping a ton of other people. So push, 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 push. But really remember, every push that we make, every extra step that we take, everything that we're doing is helping us towards our ultimate goal, which is becoming a national area. And y'all, you want to know why that we want to become a national area? We've all decided. The reason why we want to become a national area is because we want to change lives. We want to give women the opportunity to financially stay and work from home. We want to give women the opportunity to decide what their lifestyle looks like, to decide their income, to decide their influence. And we want to be life changers. And so that's why we're doing what we're doing, why we're giving our business cards out to every sharp woman that we meet, why we're out and about and we're partying on purpose to build this national area. And if you're a brand new consultant, what that means is we're looking for 20 offspring sales directors, 20 women who want to push themselves into leadership. That can be you. And you know what? It doesn't take but 2 months to finish that. That's it. You can make the decision today. And I bet someone will make the decision today. And they'll make that decision and they'll go on target for a car, or they'll be, doing on target car and offspringing as a sales director by the end of next month because they've made the decision. And that could be you. I just encourage you to plug alongside of your sales director and ask her what you can do to get to that position. All it takes is a simple decision. That's it. A quick story, Lindsay, when she was in the month of February, 8 years ago, she had 0 active team members. And February is typically the shortest month of the year. And this month, we actually get 1 extra day, which is really cool. Thank you. Leap year, yay. But so she had 0 active team members. She added 1 team member, and I think it was on like the 22nd or something. And by the end of the month, she was on target to earn the use of her very first of forever free Mary Kay cars. Y'all, I know that it's not the 20th. I know that it's the 24th. I had to look. But we have an extra day this month. And I'm telling you, if you ask Lindsay, she did most of that work in just a couple of days. You can pull miracles. You can make miracles happen when you choose to ignite yourself and change the thought process in your brain to believe in who you are and what you're all about. Your purpose is so much bigger than just paying bills and just clocking in and clocking out. Your purpose is that you're changing lives. I talked about at Monday night's training, one of the things I always want to look back and think to myself is that I didn't have excuses. We heard of a story of a sales director who was going to earn a trip, and she was working towards earning the trip that year, $650,000 worth of production she needed. Her mom took care of her dad, and when her mom fell and hurt herself, she wasn't able to take care of of her husband, and so she all of a sudden was the sales director was stuck taking care of her mother and her father, which she wanted to do. And of course, family is so important. But at the same time, her mom kept saying to her, I still want you to earn that trip. You still got to earn that trip. Are you going to earn that trip? And she's like, Mom, I want to earn the trip, but I got to help you and Dad. Like you need my help. And so she looked at her mom, and finally she decided one day when she was praying, she was like, if I don't earn this trip forevermore, my mom's going to blame herself. We have so many things we could blame for why we don't, have success in a certain month, and excuses on why we should start in March and all of that. But you know what the successful people decide to do? They decide to do it anyway. And so this woman decided, you know what, my mom's sick and so is my dad, but I can't give that guilt to my mom of her feeling like the reason why I didn't earn this trip is because of her and because of my dad. And so do you know what that sales director went on to do? She went on to earn the trip because she ignited herself and decided, she made a decision that she was going to do it anyway. And I don't know about you, but I feel the same way. I never want Kinley to feel like, oh, the year you were born, I took it really easy because you were my excuse, not my reason. Instead, make your excuses your reasons why. The reason why you ignite yourself, the reason why you go to work, the reason why you work hard, to pass that down, because more is caught than what is taught. Okay, I'm going to end with a good story. This is called Keep Your Dream. I have a friend named Monty Roberts who owns a horse ranch in Sand something. He has let me use his house to put on fundraising events to raise money for youth at-risk programs. The last time I was there, he introduced me by saying, I want to tell you why I let Jack use my horse. It all goes back to a story about a young man who was the son of an internet horse trainer who would go from stable to stable, racetrack to racetrack, farm to farm, and ranch to ranch, training horses. As a result, the boy's high school career was continually interrupted. When he was a senior, he was asked to write a paper about what he wanted to be and do when he grew up. That night, he wrote a 7-page paper describing his goal of someday owning a horse ranch. He wrote about his dream in great detail, and he even drew a diagram of a 200-acre ranch showing the location of all the buildings, the stables, and the track. Then he drew a detailed floor plan of a 4,000-square-foot house that would sit on a 200-acre dream ranch. He put a great deal of his heart into the project, and the next day he handed it to his teacher. 2 days later, he received his paper back. On the front page was a large red letter F, with a note that read, "See me after class." The boy with the dream went to the teacher to see after class and asked, "Why did I receive an F?" The teacher said, "This is an unrealistic dream for a young boy like you. You have no money. You come from an internet family. You have no resources. Owning a horse ranch requires a lot of money. You have to buy the land. You have to pay for the original breeding stock, and later you'll have to pay large stud fees. There's no way you could ever do it." Then the teacher added, if you will rewrite this paper with a more realistic goal, I will reconsider your grade. The boy went home and thought about it long and hard. He asked his father what he should do. His father said, look, son, you have to make up your own mind on this. However, I think it's a very important decision for you. Finally, after sitting with it for a while, the boy turned in the same paper, making no changes at all. He stated, you can keep the F and I'll keep my dream. Monty then turned to the assembled group and said, I tell you this story because you are sitting in my 4,000 square foot house in the middle of my 200-acre horse ranch. I still have that school paper framed over the fireplace. He added, the best part of the story is that 2 summers ago, that same school teacher brought 30 kids to camp out on my ranch for a week. When the teacher was leaving, the teacher said, look, Monty, I can tell you this now. When I was your teacher, I was something of a dream stealer. During those years, I stole a lot of kids' dreams. Fortunately, you had enough gumption not to give up on yours. Don't let anyone steal your dreams. Follow your heart no matter what. Y'all, we have gumption. We have grit. We have what it takes to finish these last couple of days of our last couple of moments that we can really race to the finish February strong, and go in an amazing position into March and into our career conference. I know you can do it. Thank you for being on this hangout tonight. Gumption, grit, belief. I believe in you. Bye-bye.